Yeah, I told him we were gonna head out.
What did he say?
He was just wondering who was all at the bench. He was gonna go get some alcohol and drink.
Yeah, he was gonna drink.
Yeah.
I always think it's funny. Cool, but he's a stupid dick.
I always think it's funny, like he'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go get some alcohol. Y'all let's get drunk, and then he'll be the only one drinking.
Yeah, I know. And it's like, what the hell, dude? Like that one night that we found him passed out at Broadway and Olive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had 3 40s in his backpack.
I grew up middle class working society. You know, my mom was she worked for the school department. My dad's in the military, Navy Reserves. So I grew up, you know, I had a pretty good childhood, I would say. You know, not the best, not the worst. But, you know, growing up, working jobs, and, you know, I was a manager of a Burger King back in 2009 before I left to hit out on the road. You know, and I was just kind of like looking at my life, and I was like, you know, I'm really not happy with my life right now. It just has to be more to this. So I just kind of branched out and left home one day with just nothing but a backpack and an acoustic guitar.
So, what's your name?
Alex Kellis.
Yeah?
Go by Kellis.
Where are you from?
Eugene, Oregon.
How long you been living around here?
21 years.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
So what school you go to, man?
Went to, besides elementary schools, went to South Eugene High School, and then last year of that transferred to Wellsprings.
Yeah.
Best year of my life. And then after that, I don't go to college. I run a business with my friend. He's the actual business owner of it, Big City Gaming.
Yeah.
And we've been doing that for almost 3 years since we got out of high school.
I was about fed up with, you know, shit and things were going, the way things were going, paying rent, paying bills, car note, all that shit, sick of it. And then, yep, my boss pissed me off one day, and I was like, all right, dude, let's go, you know. And so that's how it worked.
Around midnight of August 15th, these 2 young gentlemen, travelers to our town, had just arrived a few days earlier. Were hanging out with some friends down by Broadway and Olive, and proceeded to be eventually assaulted rather viciously. And another 3rd young man had also got attacked by this same person.
Well, first of all, we were out there spanging right there on 8th and Olive, and we had a pretty nice day. And our buddy told us there was some other traveling kids over there on 8th and Broadway, just a block over from where we were, so we decided to pack up and go see what's up with them. And when we went to go hang out with them, we were just all hanging around, and then the owner of this hot dog business came up to us, and he's all being kind of rude, but at the same time, you know, being polite too. But he was telling us, hey, you need to quit spanging around my hot dog stand. You're bad for business. I'm asking y'all, please, nicely, y'all need to just get out of here. So we just, you know, being respectful and not wanting any trouble, we were like, all right. And so we moved around the corner, and then probably about 10, 15 minutes later, he comes back around, and he's all holding hot dogs, and he's all mad, yelling at us, and he's like, hey, I told y'all need to get out of here. Y'all bad for business. I'm gonna throw these hot dogs at you. And then we're all like, well, chill out, man. I mean, we're not trying to have any problem. We're just trying to hang out just like everybody else. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm calling the cops. And we're like, okay, you can call the cops. I mean, we ain't done nothing wrong. So after he got off the phone with the cops, after saying that, oh, these homeless people are gonna beat me up, he proceeded to throw hot dogs at us, hit one of my friends, hit her in the face with the hot dog, and he threw another one at my other friend right here. And then he was like, whoa, man, why are you wasting hot dogs? I'll eat that. And then he started like hauling off and hitting everybody.
And then he comes running up, you know, and he's like right here in our faces yelling at us, like 2 inches away screaming at us, dude. It was just ridiculous.
What was he saying?
Just, you fucking Spanger's bad for business, damn homeless people need to get off the street, y'all are killing downtown, blah. You know, shit like that, you know, being an asshole. And we're like, dude, whatever, dude, you just need to chill out, you know, whatever, we'll leave, you know, who cares? And then he just called the cops, said we were gonna beat him up, and then he just hung up the phone and started throwing hot dogs and swinging off on me. You know, he hit me like 3 times before I did anything. I just put him on the ground just to hold him there.
What did he specifically do? Did you guys provoke him or something?
We didn't provoke him at all. We were just trying to calm him down and tell him to chill out, that, you know, we're not trying to do anything wrong. And, you know, after he was like just hitting on my friends and everything, I'm holding my dog with both hands so my dog doesn't have any chance to bite nobody, which, you know, I don't think my dog would in the first place, but just for safety precautions, I was holding my dog with both hands. And then I get head-butted in the back of the head by one of his friends and then punched in the chin. So my chin's all busted open and it was dripping blood. And then like some other pedestrian just came out of nowhere and tried to break up the fight, and the owner of the business hit him and knocked him out in one punch.
I was with my friend, and my girlfriend is walking across the street, and just as I get to about the street corner right here, it was just right around the corner where I saw the guy, and he was just facing everybody, just like not shirt off, but just, oh my god, flexed to all hell. I thought he was gonna pop. And just walked by and I was like, why are you so mad? You know, don't be mad at the dogs. Turns around and just gets right up in my face, just instantly in my face. And I was like, whoa, what happened? So from then, I was probably about right here, maybe, yeah, a little farther out. My girlfriend came up to the side. This guy was right here in my face. I wasn't even paying attention to all the kids sitting down because, like I said, they weren't doing anything. They were just sitting there. This guy was in my face. My girlfriend comes up to the side and pulls us apart. And just as she pulls us apart, the guy just grabs her. And then she kind of swings around. He swings around with her, but like it was quick. It was real quick. I remember that. Quick enough for me to turn around and see him just locked on. And it was right here, and at the angle I was at, like it was just like this. She was here, he was here. I put my arm on her shoulder, and I'm starting to pull her away. And I'm just about to put my hand on him, but before I touched him, I was just like, don't fucking touch my girl like that. No one fucking does that. And then that's it. That's all I remember. And I was laying right there, unconscious, on my back, eyes wide open, mouth hanging open.
Looking pretty.
Yeah. Looking straight forward too. That's why my girlfriend thought I was dead. I was just like this.
And the cops came, and like the cops were all asking what was going on, and then the owner of the business was telling us that, you know, we picked a fight with him, but when the cops had no evidence to arrest anybody, the owner proceeded to tell him that my dog bit him in the face. So the cops told me, since my dog has teeth and that there's blood on my dog, which the blood came from me, that, you know, they can't make a call, so they got to take my dog away.
I told the cops, I was like, I want to press charges. That dude needs to go to jail. He's vicious, you know. You don't need to be on the streets. And they're like, oh, well, you need to stay for court. And I was like, I'm willing to do whatever, dude. Put him in jail, dude. He needs to go to jail. And they just didn't take me seriously. So I walked up to the arresting officer that took the dog, and I was like, so next time I come to Eugene, I just start beating up people and y'all ain't gonna do nothing about it? And he's like, no, it don't work like that. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here.
Those are public sidewalks, public streets. And even police don't have the authority to tell people to be off a public street, sidewalks. They have a right to stand, to be with their friends, to converse. Nobody has the right to tell somebody else that because they don't like the way they look, or if they're poor and homeless, to get away from my corner, not his corner.
The right side of my face is fractured from the sinus walls down all the way till about my third molar back, and just kind of used down.
So, Carol, who is this hot dog vendor?
The hot dog vendor is a man named Albert Brahimaj.
Does he go by Albie, or?
He goes by Albie because he also owns the sandwich shop. It's called Albie's New York Gyro, or sandwich shop on West 11. In 2007, he was involved in a situation at John Henry's, and it was pretty vicious. It was an attack in a bar where apparently he went up to a black man and said nigga, and the man may have taken some offense by that, and then Albie took a glass with beer and slashed him in the face. That was designated a hate bias crime, and he served time for that. And this was explained to me that it was an incident when Albie was in his late teens and apparently went outside his home in New York, the Bronx or Brooklyn, I get it mixed up. But he asked someone to use a cell phone and the person refused, and then he stabbed him multiple times. And I was told he served 2 years in the New York State Penitentiary for that one. There's
some sort of relationship that seems to exist between the EPD and the sandwich shop. Can you talk about that a little bit?
People on the street have said they have often seen EPD cruisers roll up to the hot dog cart and they'll run over and give a hot dog, say, yeah, you can catch me later, wink, wink, nod, nod. And I've heard since that even having tabs is contrary to police policy. Perhaps that's because of the appearance of things. But it's a frequent occurrence. And I was also told that it's a frequent occurrence at the Gyro, the Greek Gyro, or New York Gyro shop as well, that police will come in and be given baklava, gyros, and maybe there's a tab, maybe there isn't. The person who first revealed this to me wanted to clear that up a bit because I had gotten permission to convey this information, because this person had said to me, the cops really love Albie. And I asked, how did you know this? And he said, well, because they get free euros and they like the way he treats the homeless.
You feel like it was sort of like, you know, like a hate crime in a way?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's screaming at us, calling us homeless, Spain is bad, y'all are bad for business, y'all are killing downtown. I mean, how's that not hate bias, you know? It's like, and then it was assault too, so I mean, both degrees of hate, you know, he was screaming at us, and then that's, you know, emotional and talking, and then he was hitting us, which is physical, so what I've learned, there is two hates, and yeah, he totally acquired both of them.
You know, this guy can't be doing that stuff all the time. He needs to be a fucking person, and that's all I really want. So whatever justice is served, is justice served, and that's all I'm asking for.
You know, just a typical case of profiling and stereotype. Like, he looked at us like, you know, we're homeless, we don't got nothing, so we don't care about nothing, nobody should really care about us, and that, you know, we're the bottom of the food chain, that we're just scum of the earth, that people can just walk all over us. And it's not really like that. I mean, I'm still a human being just like everybody else, and I deserve to have my rights and have them protected.
I'm concerned about many things in this, but the thing that rises to the top is that if two people with criminal records, vicious criminal records, beat up people, which I believe they did, and then are not arrested, it is almost like giving them a do not pass go, heads up, do whatever you want to do. You can punish and beat up unhoused people with impunity. You won't be punished. And I made that real clear to Officer Smith that that's not acceptable in this community. And I said again to him, you need to arrest the people who assaulted Timothy and Eric and Alex.
Light me up another cigarette and a crack open another beer. I don't see what the problem is with what I'm doing here. You can say lots of things, but I feel that you're misled. So before you judge me, take a look at yourself first. Are you just as bad as me, or maybe you are worse? Well, we're not all drug addicts. Some of us just got bad habits.